Hi, so this is I'm at the AMC theaters in San Francisco, downtown, in the building called the Matrion. If you're not familiar with San Francisco, this is the Matrion building by Yuba Buena Gardens. You can see SF MoMA there. Behind it is the Timothy Pfluger telephone building, one of my favorite deco high-rises. So this is totally not my thing at all to be showing modern buildings, but I have a special relationship with this building because it was built around the same time that I've been in San Francisco, which was late '99, turn of the century. It was brand new then. It was just opening. It was originally the Sony Matrion, where everything was cutting edge and Sony, and it was a super exciting time. Actually, prior, this wasn't even an AMC, but it was a Lowe's Cinema. Does anyone even remember Lowe's Cinema? And are they even still around? But I'm here today because I just saw Tenet again. So if you follow me at all, you would know that I watched Tenet just on the 30th and actually mentioned that I thought it was just so a movie. It was a very Christopher Nolan style. How do you say it? A total mind twist like Inception. But when I was watching it, I had the inkling that this deserves a second look, probably on this film, because Christopher Nolan is one of the few directors who still directs on film, and specifically he does it on 70mm. I'll show you here. Yeah, so when I saw it on 2 days ago on XD, which is Extreme Digital, I had the inkling when I was looking at the image, it was all digital, the shadows are all wrong, and I had the inkling that I had to see John David Washington in particular on film. And then the Matrion was offering it in 70mm, which is even more amazing than 35. I couldn't believe it, so I just had to come out again just 2 days later. In spite of it being a storyline that I don't really care for, I honestly didn't really get it, and I wasn't really following. And the main thing is I wasn't following, but I also didn't care that I was not really following the story. But today's experience, because our IMAX screen here, which is actually right in there, it's just inside there, it's an immense 40 feet screen all around. So the image just opens up from top to bottom, and you just almost have to seat up to look at the bottom of the screen. But yeah, it was very immersive this time around. I have to say, I got more into the story. Although it's not an Interstellar or Dark Knight Rises, which was more amazing. And by the way, I had the same experience when I watched Dark Knight Rises. There was a scene where Anne Hathaway was with Christian Bale in a room upstairs while a party was going on, and I actually told my friend who I was watching it with that the shadows here is really flat. We have to see this in film, and I was right. And the same thing here with Tenet. So I've made it to here's the mezzanine level above where the movie theaters start, and right here I want to show you this. They call it now the City View, a private venue, which is upstairs. So that when this Matrion opened as Sony Matrion, it was a very special restaurant right here. It has a gorgeous terrace that opens up, and you can see the whole garden and City View as they call it now. But that used to be a cute restaurant called the Night Kitchen. And the theme was After Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. So those were great times where this place was fresh, new, open. There was tons of Sony stores. There was a bar in-house on the other side of the building. And it was a Lowe's Cinema. So giving you another view here of the Matrion. It's still a nice building, you know, it's still pleasant to be in. And I want to show you this point here that I always thought was very Titanic. You can go there and do a Kate and Leo. I'm flying into the Yerba Buena Gardens. Isn't it great? So yeah, so all this to say, Tenet, if you haven't seen it, do not expect a story like Interstellar. Do not expect a driving narrative like Dark Knight Rises, but it is definitely worth watching on 70mm or 35, you know. I think I'm actually giving it a chance again on Adobe Cinema, because actually today I have a confession to make. I arrived thinking that, you know, I had 20 minutes ahead of the movie show time, because you know how they start the 1 p.m. show, it will start at 1:20 probably because of trailers. But I arrived around before 1:20, and no, the movie had already started. So I was like, I ended up being one of those people who walk across the screen in front of people. So that was a bit embarrassing. So if you're in San Francisco at all, one of my friends who's watching this and thinking that you will see Tenet here on IMAX on this massive screen, which is what, you know, this movie is meant to be seen, the medium meant to be seen in. Come early. Do not think you have all that leeway with trailer times. So yeah, I think I will give it a chance again on Dolby, because Dolby is a pretty amazing experience too. Alright, so thank you so much for watching John David Washington. Completely worth watching on IMAX a second time, even though the story is a bit meh. But you know, you gotta support movies now, you know, especially since you're reopening, and especially if you have it in celluloid, and especially if it's on 70mm. An amazing experience, not to be missed if that's playing in your neighborhood. This is the lower level from upstairs, the Kate and Leo point, the prow of the Titanic. I'm flying! So thank you so much for watching. Please give me a like and subscribe down here. Comment, tell me if you like seeing more of these